So today we're gonna hold on, let me do this without banana. Today we're gonna find out if I've been in and over my head this whole time, because today we're going to try and attempt to pull the engine out. Now the only thing holding it in is the wires on the starter and the engine mounts. So I think we should be able to do it. If you guys remember, we built this 5.3, has like stage 2 cam and all that kind of stuff. Full build I did. And then we did nothing with it because running a YouTube channel is the most expensive thing I've ever done in my life. Anyway, so one, we're going to drop this down on the ground so we can use the crane for the Titan. Two, I kind of announced on one of my last videos that I was getting rid of the 240 and that I was getting rid of the engine and all that kind of stuff. Then I completely and utterly changed my mind. Yes, the engine bay of the 240 is being used as trash right now because this job is just so massive. And banana. I was thinking about how like clean the S14 shell is and how rare they are to find S14s, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to find a shell like this in this condition for that price that I got it for. And I was like, it's starting to rain a bit, and if it rains heavy, which it's starting to rain heavier and heavier, I won't be able to do this today. I couldn't do it yesterday because of the rain, but I wanted to test if the crane would work with it, and it looks like it will. So that's pretty good. There we go. That's the end of all work today. I can take my daddy's car and get a chain. I haven't had my own vehicle. So wow, it is raining hard. Yeah, I haven't had my own vehicle since the Titan blew up because the 240 doesn't run. So I have two Nissans that don't run, but oh, this train is pretty good. I'm going to Ace Hardware to get I'm going to Ace Hardware. Sorry, going to Ace Hardware to get the chain now. We'll see if they have it. Hopefully they do. And then yeah, this isn't really interesting stuff, so I'll get back with you in another day, or if it stops raining later today, to finish getting the engine out of the truck. The torque converter is bolted to the flex plate, obviously, in an automatic transmission. So sometimes you can pull the engine straight back and pull it out. That's what we're going to be going for, pulling the torque converter with the engine. The alternative is to pull the transmission too, which I want to pull the transmission later. So I really got to thinking about it, and sometimes these torque converters are super stuck, and the other thing is that you have to pull them out perfectly. I think we should first disconnect everything on the transmission, like the drive shafts, the transfer case, all that kind of stuff, and just pull them out together, the engine and transmission. So I need to get measurements and stuff in case I do go for a swap. I would need to pull the transmission out anyway. I need to get measurements and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just getting a lot of the wiring for the transmission off. I will drain the fluids in it and then disconnect the drive shafts from the transfer case, and then start the crazy job of getting the transfer case off because some of the bolts are all the way up here, so I actually don't fully know how I'm going to get all of them. Diesel trucks have a lot of fluids, so the Titan XD, that's oil and coolant like mixed, and that's like other stuff and oil, and then there's a thing under that tarp that's filled with oil, and there's another bucket over there, and there's another bucket over there. I have this old fish tank from when an ex of mine wanted to get fish, so we got like 6 fish, and then 5 of them died, and then the one lasted like 4 months after our relationship. It was kind of awkward to get. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna use this. There we go. It smells like Firehouse Cherry Limeade, and it looks like Firehouse Cherry Limeade. Yeah, it's off. Well, the drive shaft's not coming off. The front one, back one's off, as you guys know. Front one's not coming off, so maybe I'll disconnect it there. A lot of the transfer case bolts are not going to be a problem. Like the ones just going up the side and stuff. It's the two way up there. Wow, it's so easy when you use leverage. Yeah, we're getting those off, and then we're going to get all the wiring off, pull the harness back. Then the transmission would be ready to come out, and then we're going to get the engine ready by undoing the engine mounts and chaining it up. Then we'll put a jack under here, and we'll lower the transfer case with it. So we'll raise the engine up with the chain, lowering the transmission and transfer case, giving us access to that bolts, pulling that off, then pulling everything out with it. Alright guys, so very busy weekend, wasn't really able to get much done on the truck, but over the weekend I did actually buy a vehicle because I don't have this truck, weren't running, my 240's not running, I don't have anything, so I really needed a vehicle just to be able to do a little bit of work. It's nothing special, it's actually kind of stupid, but we named it Lil Jerry, L-U-L Jerry, Lil Jerry, a Scion TC. Yeah, it's not anything cool, but yeah, I got a little manual Scion TC for 2,500 bucks from a Muslim Ukrainian kid. Pretty cool kid, but so the biggest hiccup recently has been getting these engine mount bolts. The ones behind it back here were impossible. It took me a long time, but I just got them. Then this one was just loose. Like, I don't think I broke that loose, and I grabbed it with my hand and it just came off. All of the mounts are disconnected. Yeah, it's moving. Now, let's get that transfer case off. This has been one of the most challenging videos to actually film. Every step takes like an hour and you don't know when it's gonna break apart, like the transfer case coming apart from the transmission. All right, that's what the back of the transmission looks like. There's the transfer case. Now we're just gonna try and pull this thing out. Everything with it. And, there's the engine mount. The second one. You know, I really hope I never had to change the starter on one of these things, because it was literally easier for me to wait till this point than to actually do it, which is ridiculous. So I'm sure that there's a fast way to do it, and whenever you have like better tools, it's probably easier. But oh my gosh, how helps? Drop the bolt. So this part is literally me not realizing that the crane is stuck on an indention in the concrete. The sad part is that even though this is sped up, a lot was still cut out. It was like 30 minutes of me not realizing. So I was really confused. I was thinking, what was holding it back? It was pulling it out so easy, the crane wasn't having an issue. And then I realized I was stuck. The wheel was stuck on that little crack. That wheel was stuck right there on that little crack. That prevented it from coming out. That's crazy. That's a lot smoother. The engine is touching nothing, so it's kind of officially out. Wow, what a job. 3 videos, multiple days, well, multiple weeks actually. Oh my gosh, it's finally out. You know, I thought it'd look bigger when it got out, but it actually looks smaller than I thought. Whew, I'm like winded. Look at this. This is crazy. So I'm thinking while this is exposed, I'm gonna paint up stuff that's in here. I think I'm gonna take the time to clean up the frame, paint it, make it look great. Maybe take all of this out and paint the engine bay silver. I think that would look sick. Wow, what a job. That was insane. That took so long. It's so weird seeing everything out. All right, let's put the engine where it needs to be. I'm pulling from the lower part of the crane because it's like, for some reason, the easiest there. It's like 1,200 pounds altogether, so this took a lot out of me to do. An interesting mistake that I made. This is the thingy that pumps up the crane to lift it up. And I've just punched it into the oil filter. I could have just taken the oil filter off, but I didn't notice it was happening. So the clutch fan's stopping us from going anywhere, and so is the oil filter. So we're gonna take the clutch fan off because I can't unthread the oil filter because the thing's on the bottom of it. I guess you guys are getting a bit of engine teardown in this video. Not expected, but okay, did that get us anywhere? No. There it is. Yep, there's a massive O-ring in there. That's why this thing is so difficult to come out. We can see inside the engine a bit. Cool. Alright. Oh man, these parts are heavy. Holy crap, why is that so heavy? I got it off. Now let's go ahead and just take the oil filter off. I don't think any oil should come out, and oil's coming out a profusely crazy amount. Of course it is. So I wanted to save engine disassembly for the next video, but I don't think the garage door will clear with the valve cover on. So let's try to take it off, start with the fuel system, and we'll be able to see how the camshafts look, which is pretty cool. So I've just been disconnecting bolts this whole time. Man, those are difficult. Yeah, I'm just disconnecting the lines that lead to the injectors from the fuel rail, and then I'm going to pull the fuel rails. Finally got the fuel rail off. Much bigger job than you think. I'm pretty sure these aren't reusable, but they might be. So just put it there for now. I am like starving, exhausted. There it is. There's the injectors. I don't really like filming on my phone, but I don't have time. Camera died. Don't have time to let it sit and charge. I'm starving. I'm tired. It's amazing how like wore out I am from all that. That is. But let's end the video with taking the valve cover off and seeing the condition of the cams and what everything under there looks like. Look at that. That's pretty cool. It all looks pretty good. A little dirty, but that might just be dirt coming in just from right now. Well, we know that on this side at least, the cams are not messed up. They actually look pretty good. And yes, I'm leaving it exposed. I'm only leaving it exposed because the engine's shot anyway. It doesn't really matter at this point. If I rebuild it, I'll have all this like cleaned and stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter. That looks pretty cool though. Finally got the engine transmission out of the Titan. Can't believe it took that long. That was a really big job, but it looks so cool in here now. And the phone doesn't do bad filming. Looks pretty crazy. I'm going to clean up. And then I'm going to, I can't think right now. Future me, take the outro. Forgive me for not being as energetic as usual in the last clip. I worked on the truck all day. Forgot to eat. Forgot to really do anything. So there's the 5.0 right next to me. Kind of weird seeing it out of the truck. There's not many occasions even on the internet where you get to see these things out of the vehicle. We still don't know what's wrong with it at all. I assume it's something deep and internal inside the engine. So the parts of tearing down the Titan are complete. Part 1, 2, and 3 are fully complete. Now we're going to go to tearing down the engine itself. We'll see if that's going to be in parts. We'll see if that's going to be one video. I'm not sure yet. But go ahead and subscribe so you guys don't miss us tearing into this. We're going to get kind of an inside look, I guess you could say, and we're going to figure out what went wrong. There's lizards fighting over there. We may tear into this thing and see a snapped crank. We could just see something as simple as a slipped bearing. We may see on the other side the camshaft snap. We may see pistons exploded. Who knows what we're gonna see? So I'm kind of excited to get in there and figure that out. Whenever we start tearing into it, it won't be long. It won't be a massive process because the heads are right there. Just take out the front cover and then take off the heads pretty much. I'm simplifying it out a bit, but then after that, the plan is to figure out what to do about the Titan itself. Am I gonna put a stock engine in it, or am I gonna swap it? A lot of electronics to figure out if I'm gonna swap it. I think sizing, I had that pretty much figured out, like what engines will fit and what won't. Like no power strokes are gonna fit. If you guys, no one wanted a power stroke in this thing, and I never even mentioned it, but I did look into it. That's not happening. There's not a single power stroke that would fit. Well, the 3.0 power stroke, the V6 one, that might, but that's not what I'm talking about the main one. Yeah, so comment below what you guys want, what you guys want to see, or tell me if you guys are excited for the next parts of the video. I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Although it is a big job, I've had a lot of fun doing this process, so thanks for coming along with me. I'll see y'all in the next video.